Hmm. Can't tell if it's actually streaming or not. The channel or not. Oh, there we go. Well, hey everybody. This is the Mike and Games stream for the 8th of December 2016. Today, after some initial quick tests, I've decided to stream a little Mario Sunshine, a wonderful classic game for the Nintendo GameCube. My initial tests tell me this should stream decently. Now, I'm not entirely sure how that'll work. We'll just have to see. But it is my hope and my belief that this should go pretty smoothly. Mario Sunshine is one of my favorite games of all time. I think me and Tom have discussed before, I think even at the very last stream, that Mario Sunshine is, in our opinion, maybe the best Mario game, with 64 behind it. So, yeah, I'm just ready to re-experience this game and find out again why I grew such an affection for it in the first place. Now, it should be stated right away, one of the greatest assets that Mario Sunshine has are these terrible, super cheesy, let me reduce the sound kind of loud, terrible, cheesy sound effects, not sound effects, cutscenes. It's unfortunate to me that Nintendo never went this cheesy and silly again, because when you get down to it, I don't think Mario's really about the story or anything like that, so going to just weird and silly seems like the best idea to me. The story is not great, so the fact that we have cheesy voice acting and sometimes silly animations, that's all the better to me. So, whoa, oh my god. That's what the inside of the plane looks like. Never, oh, no, that's just the, bottom of the engine, I guess, okay. Never mind. That's what the inside of the plane looks like, nothing. Okay, so, wow. It goes pretty fast, faster than I remember, actually. No, that's right. This isn't Mario 64, you can't long jump. Not really, anyway. I guess this is kind of your long jump in this game. Okay, fair enough. Now, this is one of my favorite little background Easter eggs in the Mario series. When you look up in the bottom left-hand corner, there's like footage of previous Mario games, 64, Super Mario World, and the original. I love it when there's a little bit of continuity in these games, even though the Mario lore is like such a non-thing. Okay, I do kind of want to skip the tutorial slightly, because I have played this game before. Actually, that's one of the problems with tutorials or mandatory tutorials anyway, unskippable tutorials, is that it is a deterrent to replay the game. This is kind of a lazy day stream, I guess you could say. I'm a little bit sick, I'm a little bit groggy, having finished finals at school just yesterday, and coming off of just a pretty tough semester all around. Taking it easy and chill. We're gonna not listen to the explanation again. because I know how to run this thing. So that kind of surprised me there. It's like you grabbed on for a second and then jumped right from it. I don't know. Anyway, this game looks great. It is running a little slowly, which is unfortunate. But overall, what a nice looking game. Last time I played this, I remember noting that as nice as this game looks, it really could use an HD remake. If just to correct some of the slowdown that occurs even on actual hardware. Especially the Toki Bay area, I believe it's called, has like some intense slowdown. I really... Oh, it's fun. Oh, that's right, I can try out that thing. Mario Sunshine has some interesting, I don't know, graphical quirks to it. I don't know exactly how to describe it, but, a lot of this game sometimes feels like they didn't give it those extra few days or maybe months to work out every single little kink, which I think actually makes it more charming in the end. So I'm all about that. Let me see if I can get this right. It's kind of tough to control in here, but there's a thing that you can do. It's really boring, it's really mundane, but I wanna... There we go. You can make FLUDD and it's still doing the thing, and it goes to Mario's hat. It's just a little thing that I'm sure could have been fixed easily, but they didn't overproduce it. I think you can overproduce a game. And, they didn't do it, and they still came out with a great game. Its flaws, I think, make it better in reflection. People remember this game for its flaws in ways, and yet it's still a game that everyone likes. Like this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying the cheesy cutscenes. We have a trial scene where the characters have ridiculous voices, and Mario's on trial for doing that.
Indeed, how can one not be aware of what is going on? Though it is daytime in Delfino Plaza, our poor residents tremble beneath a veil of darkness.
I mean, it's a dubious system that the Delphinians, what are they called? Piantas, that's right. So it's a weird court system Piantas have.
Behold this sketch of the perpetrator based on eyewitness descriptions. The truth is obvious. The guilty party sits among us. It is none other than Mario.
Objection! Overruled. I judge the defendant guilty as charged.
Oh boy.
I order the defendant to clean this entire island. Until Isle Delfino is completely free of his vile handiwork, Mario shall not be allowed to leave.
In all honesty, it's a pretty weak sentence for what is essentially a bioterrorist, but I'm not here to judge. I'm taking a more cultural relativist approach to the political intricacies and social norms of the people of Isle Delfino. And if we are going to analyze this, like true philosophical parties, then we really need to approach this from a brand new angle. And truly, Mario Sunshine is worth a deep philosophical discussion.
There is no longer any power to support the peaceful lifestyle of the islanders.
Now that'd be interesting if the absence of the Shine Sprites drove the people of the island into like some sort of violent outbursts. There was riots in the streets, and we got to experience that. And as you collect the shine sprites, the people begin to settle down.
Tomorrow we must do our best to resolve this situation.
See, this is why I don't know if there can be a Mario Sunshine 2, because it is sort of like this weird game that exists on its own. It's got like a sort of a fully fleshed out story, which isn't normal for Mario. It's got this weird mechanic of the flood, and it's got like a real plot in that you have to, you know, clean up the island. I don't know if you could ever repeat that. It would just be weird. If they want to try, though, I'm okay with that. I love the mechanics of the game enough. They just have to make it really silly again. Also, as I understand it, people have a hatred for the Pianta people. I don't so much. I actually think that their designs are fine. I love tropical environments and tropical islands. So this is great for me. I'm not entirely sure where people's dislike for it comes from. Apparently the two audio tracks are overlapping. It's unfortunate. I have asked my controller's trouble. It was a bit surprising. I'm not sure I remember doing that before. Oh, and of course the people are easily fooled by this all-blue man. Even Peach herself, for a second, mistakes it as Mario, even though she just saw him fight the Prana thing. Speaking of other things that are great about this game, it's got one of the silliest advertisements of all time. With a stupid little song, and I just love it. What's he doing? Is there any way I can zoom in? I guess he's laughing, probably. Okay. So yeah, Tom couldn't be here for this stream because I don't feel well enough to get him, but he might be joining us through other means. I'm not sure. A little bit of slowdown, not too bad. For the most part, this plays almost perfectly. There's a bit here and there. It's like, well, I'm a little skeptical, but the essence of it has been retained rather well. And it controls great. Now, people who have seen the stream before know my opinion on a certain other game that has quite an emphasis on paint and removal of paint, and that is Epic Mickey, which seems kind of similar to this game in some respects, yeah, you got the paintbrush and the elimination of paint motif. Except for that game is utter garbage. And I can't even say that really from a standpoint of someone who's played it very much. I guess I more just hate the conceit behind it. Lauren Spector, the guy who is responsible for Epic Mickey in some capacity. I think he was either the producer or the lead designer, something like that. When Epic Mickey was first announced, he would have this like ridiculous habit of overselling it. Like Mario Sunshine doesn't claim to be more than it is, which is a fun Mario platformer with a gimmick. To Warren Spector, Epic Mickey was like the greatest piece of fiction ever created, with, you know, a philosophical edge to it, unlike anything else. It's the use of paint and thinner to be able to, that represents life and death and destruction, and you are in control of these things. Mario Sunshine takes the whole aspect of paint and thinner, so to speak, and says, who cares what you destroy, as long as you have a nice and fun time doing it. And I feel like that should always be the major goal of a game. It should trying to be fun before trying to be some deep philosophical thing, which will inevitably fall flat. Alright. Okay. You're gonna be able to control paint and thinner. It's gonna be the most revolutionary experience you've ever seen. You're gonna feel really immersed. I mean, it's not like paint and thinner aren't things that actually exist in our real world. Like, these are real objects. And I think few people regard them as deeply as Warren Spector did in his pitches for Epic Mickey. See, I murdered that thing and I didn't care. It's because it's a video game where you play as a plumber with a backpack that can squirt water. I don't need to be made to feel remorseful for that. Oh boy, I just forgot. 1 second. Oh boy, let me see here. Edit. I'm not playing Smash Bros. Melee, I'm playing Super Mario Sunshine. I need to start remembering to do that. Alright. Now, a criticism of this game that I think is actually pretty fair is in relation to the shine padding, I guess you could say. The fact that really there are like 100 shines and then they added a bunch of blue coins. And little side keys. I could play the first level, but I don't feel like it. So now the GameCube is confirmed for Miking Games. We are hoping to do some Smash Brothers Melee. Oh, there, look. It's Rico Harbor, I believe. That's the name of that area. It's right down there. Huh. I never thought about where that existed in relation to the rest of Isle Delvino. That's kind of cool. Look at those. Those are little touches that make this game great. Unfortunately, the Piantas have constructed a giant invisible wall, keeping me from going down there. But that's okay. Oh. I was looking up to see if there's any ROM hacks of Mario Sunshine currently, and it looks like there was, for a short time, some interest in doing some custom levels and stuff. But at this point, that isn't something that anyone really seems too interested in doing. And making a full ROM hack looks like it's not in the cards for quite some time. However, someone is making a DS port of Mario Sunshine. Oh no. Using Mario 64 DS as the basis for it, and we might just have to check that out. Of course, Mario 64 Last Impact was or has the flood power up in it, so we've already seen a proof of concept on the DS. Now I'm interested to see it in a full context. Oh boy. Mario floating in midair. Something I always remember from this level. Tom's telling me that I should text him before I go live. I'm gonna tell him that I'm live. Anyway. So, let's see if I can do something slightly interesting. Because on Miking Games, we do like to try and bring something new to the table. And even though I'm not in the mental capacity to do anything interesting discussion-wise, we can attempt to do something interesting gameplay-wise. So I'm sure many people are aware that you can get up here early. But it's a bit trickier to actually get up to the level early, though it is doable. Ooh. He's not hitting the wall like I would expect him to. I mean, usually it's difficult, but like at least he does a slide. Fascinating. Maybe it was changed. Maybe this is a different revision of the game. Well, I mean, who needs interesting stuff in it? Let's play anyway. What? Oh. That's vaguely interesting, right? Kind of doing weird head things. Oh boy. Okay. Well, if we can't... Yeah, we can't do that. Alright. Well... Who even needs it? We'll do something else. Let's get some of this deep lore. Let's talk to some people of the island. When are we going to have another scandalous incident? I'm so bored, nothing fun ever happens here. That is much like our current society. What an observation. Alright. Oh, this level. I'm not a fan of this level. Not usually a fan of red coin levels in general. Let's let's go elsewhere then. Let's see if we can go to a different level. I could always go to the other red coin level that's accessible at this point. I don't really feel like it. I wonder if we can get down into the secret area. No, but there appears to be someone there that we could talk to. And that's at least kind of interesting. I don't know if we've talked to this guy before. Okay, no, I wasn't aware of that. Come on, let's clip right through. Now I'm gonna build up speed for 30,000 hours. Oh shoot, I honestly thought I might have actually gotten through there, but this seems poorly programmed enough to be exploitable. It's interesting that it doesn't bounce him back. I wonder if there's currently anybody working on these strategies to get through this early, because I would assume that, as I understand it, Mario Sunshine works in that when you beat the 7th star, the 7th star is all you need to do to be able to get to the ending. 7th star in each area. Fascinating. Oh. Shoot. Come on. Oh my god. So that's that. Only this corner, huh? Even then, not entirely. Shoot. Oh, Mario. What about this side? That side's even less, yeah. Huh. So this corner has, like, special properties to it. Now, I assume this is something they tested a fair amount. I mean, they must have, right? I want to be the first to discover the glitches. I should probably give up on this soon because it's a waste of time. But this is fascinating. How he kind of starts to clip through it. And I wonder if that is exploitable in any way. Alright, well, that was fun while it lasted. Ugh. I don't know, being sick and Mario Sunshine don't really mix, though there's something strangely therapeutic about it at the same time. might not be able to play with any sort of skill. But I feel like it's helping me to get back to full strength. I'm excited about what we've seen from the Nintendo Switch so far, in terms of the Mario game. All 7 seconds of it. And I'm usually somebody to sort of stay away from getting quote-unquote hyped about 3 seconds of footage. But if they are taking it back into a Mario 64, Mario Sunshine type gameplay style, then I can't help but be a little bit excited, because those are the games that I favor. Even though 3D World is by no means a terrible game, it's not so much what I want to see from a console Mario game, I guess. Is this really as easy as the red coins are? I remember these being somewhat hard to find. Okay then. I just got Tom on the line here. He says no glitches for me, which is unfortunate. Tom, you should research to see if there are any glitches to do in Mario's Sunshine, and we can attempt them live on air. Even though the only other one that I knew about that I tried to do didn't pan out because he doesn't want to wall jump for some reason, which is unfortunate. All right. I'll check out Rico Harbor. This is one of my personal favorite stages. Oh, that's right. I remember some sort of glitch here. There's something you can do. It's like dual activation or something. If we can kill, I don't know, Muckman. What's this guy's name, I wonder? Slime Time. No, if we can kill this guy and also activate the entrance to Bianco Hills at the same time, we can like pull off an interesting thing. I've never been able to do it before, so this is definitely the best time to do it, right? Let's see how it goes. There are 2 red coin levels? I have a report that there are 2 red coin levels in Bianco Hills. This isn't something I recall. See, I didn't do it right because he's alive again. I'm not exactly sure, like how to pull it off, but it's fascinating. Okay, one more try. Shoot. That time I screwed up in a new way. But I did teleport, so I guess that's fascinating a little bit. Look at this geometry. Whoa! New idea for a stream. It's just going to be this for, I don't know, 2 hours. Okay, yes, of course. One of the classic missions from this game. Mr. Squidman. We have to rip off his arms and then murder him. But don't worry, he survives that and he grows his arms back. Spoilers. I'll just look around this area real quick. See what else is going on. This is sort of a strange scenario when you think about it. I don't know if he's trying to like hide, like, and like he put these shipment crates here, or if he was being shipped. Doesn't matter. Alright. Beautiful. Oh, so you actually don't really need to, from what I recall anyway, I don't think you really need to, do anything about his face or even pull off his arms. I think there's a way. I'm not doing it clearly, but I think there's a way to, get it. Maybe it just jumps on the things. I don't know. I'm trying to remember how I played this when I was younger, because I remember not wanting to. Okay. I remember not liking to pull off his arms if I didn't have to. Okay, well, that wasn't that. The arms have more, I don't know, more of a hitbox to them than I recall. Boy, oh boy. So I'll just rip off his arms then. Oh well. There we go, that was close to what I was trying to do earlier. But not exactly. That's one thing about this game that I give it a lot of props for, is its uniqueness, and it's something that the Mario series has been having less of and less of in their games since probably, I'll say New Super Mario Bros. 1 maybe. I feel like that was kind of the end of it. People can argue the Galaxy's unique. As someone who's sort of a detractor of that game to begin with, I would sort of disagree, I guess. I don't know if space on its own is unique. The gravity stuff was kind of cool, but I don't know. It's just kind of the same Mario thing, but with sphere walking. Tom makes an interesting point. You would think that you would be helping the blooper by taking the cork out. Instead, it just gets mad. I think this is just another one of Miyamoto's brilliant writing choices that are throughout Sunshine. He's really trying to say more about the human condition. You know, we try and take the we have people who come into our lives and they take the cork of our inhibitions out of us, and instead of thanking them, we only get angry. And I think that's a fascinating point that Miyamoto is attempting to make. But you know, this game was not well received at the time. Miyamoto's genius as a writer and an innovator just wasn't recognized as much back then. In the far-off year of 2002, I think. It was taking spiritual long. I'm curious. I think it actually might be possible as well in this level to do that weird thing I was trying to do earlier, where you like, you know, activate it or whatever. I'm not sure what causes it. I think it's very specific timing. Timing which I don't have. That's for sure. That was an interesting sound effect. But Sand Castle. Oh, I think this is another one of those floodless levels. Which, you would think that, in a way, they seem like a admission in some sense that the flood mechanic isn't as excellent as they were hoping. But I actually think that it's a they're a great way to break up the not monotony, but the rhythm of the game, which I would not qualify as a negative. This used to be a level that I really disliked, but now I'm beginning to sort of kind of like this level. Like the this crumbling sand, and it also wasn't nearly as hard as I remember it being when I was younger, but I guess that's sort of to be expected. I wonder. Okay, let's try something else interesting. First of all, maybe we'll put off this guy's backpack real quick. I think he gives us a blue coin. Okay. Oh, which that actually reminds me of a. Well, no, I don't think I can do that yet. forget about it for now. Now this only works about 30% of the time, it seems, so hopefully it works here. But essentially, this whole area around the Shine Gate is slightly weird. So here's kind of what I was going for. See Mario walking on water, or walking underwater, and you don't have to worry about breathing. That's kind of neat. And then you jump out, and yeah. But if you're just slightly more specific about where you do it, you can actually go underneath the city. Well, I'm gonna try and do that, or at least do something sort of similar. Get some weird effect. I don't know if it'll do it. It's just that area, by the way, of the of this water gate here. I think if you do it over here, it doesn't produce the same effect. Oh, like the exact effect I was trying to get. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I was trying to do. Let's take a look around. Oh. Whoa. Do not want. Okay. And you can even spray water on the ground here. Sort of zoom around. Off the top of my head, I can't think of many uses for this, if any. It is kind of neat. Maybe someone can figure out something to do with this. I don't know. See how far out we can go. Okay. Found the invisible wall. It's just sort of, that's interesting. It kind of makes, like, water into hexagons. See how far out we can go this way. Alright. Well, we learned something today, I guess. There's a few other ways to get under the water too. I think some more useful than others. People have used this to be able to skip the whole boat ordeal with Yoshi, which is just the most frustrating thing ever. Tom makes a wonderful observation. I'm surprised that you did not die right after you said, I kind of like this level. Which is, of course, what would normally happen, but today's about healing. Game's not going to be that cruel to me. Okay, well, we explored that, I think, to as much as we possibly could. I'm just going to quickly sort of go around here. Sort of an interesting view. Alright. I'll wrap it up there then. It's interesting now that I'm thinking about it more, how connected all of this... Oh. Hey, look at that. A new discovery. What happens if we get in front of it? I feel like this is... There must be some sort of exploitable thing. Oh boy. When someone starts the Mario Sunshine Zero Shines run, I'm sure that this will be some obscure tactic that is used to build up 3,000% speed or something. Alright. So, I guess that we should... Oh, someone. This is the other, by the way, this is the other place people go. You can, like, if you got Yoshi, you can go through this window and it'll bring you underground. Then you can get to the island. Alright. Let's do one of the bonus stars real quick. I was considering for a long time how I wanted to do this Mario Sunshine run. And that now those plans were kind of ruined by the fact that I can't seem to wall jump off of the Shine Gate in this version of it. But I was thinking about seeing how many stars are possible before in Trimbianco Hills. I think I've done it before, and it's about 15. It's quite a few. I'm extremely fascinated in playing games in ways in which they were not originally intended. That's why the Zero A Plus run of Mario 64 fascinates me so much. Where to now? Let's go back here, I guess. Oh yeah, this one. This is another level with a interesting gimmick that doesn't work 100%. It makes the game better for that fact. Because if this was like the most fluidly working part of the game, I would forget about it so easily, but I remember how frustrating it is to get the, I don't know, weird little water balloon creatures to hit their mark just right. I really don't know what these things are. They're like part pig, part water balloon, part, I don't know, nightmare probably. I don't know. They're weird. They have a certain level of cuteness to them. This is where they get their nightmare quality from, though. It blew him up. No, it's fine. It's all good. They don't mind. They live for this. Okay, I guess I can take care of this. I think a certain amount of frustration makes a game better. Thinking of other games that sort of have that to them. I know there are some, but for whatever reason, now that I bring that point up, it completely eludes me. Now, which, you know, whatever. Oh yes, the tornadoes, I remember this. That was always a really cool effect, I felt. Oh, shoot. I goofed. exactly what I was going for. I don't have nearly as good a control of this fight as I should. Something I've been enjoying watching recently, in addition to a lot of Star Trek, is videos that analyze CinemaSins videos. For anybody who's not familiar with the fantastic work of Mr. CinemaSins, basically he's a guy who picks apart movies, looking for any sort of thing that could ever be construed as possibly a flaw, and then calls it a sin against film, I guess. And then you see how many sins a movie has, and it's like supposed to, like, I don't know Anyway, it just comes off as very condescending in a sense. Like, this guy is a film expert, and it's just a depressing thing to watch. So I've been watching a lot of videos that sort of pick apart his own videos and see what sins are in his very own videos. It's sort of interesting, because I think that unopposed criticism is a terrible thing to have. It's great that there's people there that criticize, film or whatever, but I think it's, like, equally important that we have people, making sure that the criticisms make sense. Tom brings up a good point about frustrating portions of games. The watermelon portion of Sunshine is probably one of the most frustrating right off the top of my head, and you can never forget about the watermelon portion of Mario Sunshine. It's just impossible. It's burned in there because there was a struggle to be had, and you had to work towards something and eventually succeed. When there's real opposition towards your forward momentum, you have to consider what you're doing. It's a great thing about politics, really. When people disagree with us, we have to end up taking a moment to consider our own positions again. Reevaluate ourselves, make sure that we're giving the best version of our ideas that's possible. At least that's, I think, optimally what we should be striving for. Jeez, that jump has a lot of distance associated with it. Alright, here we go. that it matters because Flood gets stolen just mere moments later. Oh yes, of course. This area. Whoop. Last time I played this game, I remember this area giving me a significant amount of trouble. Let's see if that's kept up. These early plays are any indication, then I think that I'm in store for another difficult one. Weird. That wasn't nearly as high as expected. There we go. That's more like what I expected to see. I also appreciate these portions, aside from just breaking up the whole Flood thing, for introducing some wacky visuals and great music. Shoot. Oh, yeah. I ran out of options. Still falling? Okay. Back from the start. Okay. Trying to figure out what to get. Oh. Trying to figure out the exact right timing to change it from just like a regular forward dive to a long dive. Either way, I don't think I'm going to be speedrunning this game anytime soon. But games that I might want to speedrun, I'm thinking about maybe doing a, Now this is interesting. I don't think this has ever happened to me before. Yeah, does it come back down? It does. Huh. Alright. I am thinking about doing a Mike Tyson's Punch-Out speedrun, because that's a game I'm actually good at. Oh boy. Oh boy. The game just invented a new way to kill me. Props. Oh, and then also, in tradition of Mike and Games streams, we're thinking about bringing back a some sort of terrible Pokemon translation, maybe Vietnamese Crystal, or maybe we'll even okay, keep it cool, or even Bootleg Green maybe, just start from the beginning and re-experience that game, because that really is a wonderful thing. Alright. That being said, I should probably focus here, so that I can stop making terrible mistakes. This level's out to kill me, doesn't like me, wants me gone. I don't like it either, so the sooner we can be done with it, the better. Oh, okay, pro strats, yeah. Still, any of those plans will be for times when I'm not feeling so terrible. Alright. Okay. Here we are. Final stretch once again. And there we go. Took a little longer than expected, but not too bad. So, it's the 8th now. Means we're at 8 days, or times 2 days out from Star Wars Rogue One, Star Wars Anthology, A Star Wars Story, 1, Episode 1. And I'm actually finally getting excited about this thing. I've been sort of uninterested in it ever since they changed the name, actually, from Star Wars Anthology to Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. And found that name to just be really, I don't know, silly. Because I understand the need to, like, put it under some Star Wars banner or something. I gotta let the normies know that this is a Star Wars movie. At the same time, but by the same token, I don't get why a Star Wars story conveys that idea any better than Star Wars Anthology. Star Wars Anthology just sounds better. It's like this is a separate thing. This is an anthology film, and then you can put them all underneath a similar banner. Is the next movie going to be called Han Solo: A Star Wars Story? Like, the point just seems kind of silly with the obvious names. You don't expect it to be Han Solo, a Indiana Jones story. Rogue One could mean anything. But if you use the word Star Wars Anthology, you're putting it under an umbrella. And it also doesn't sound, like, redundant.
The island. The villain's secret hideout must be there.
Alright. Oh, of course. This level. This one's an interesting one. Mixing it up. Mix up match. It's a Green Eggs and Ham reference. And not to the book, to the classic game with the same name. If I can just spray him from here. I feel like there's a way to... I don't know. Did I do it? I think there's supposed to be some way that you can skip the animations or something. I don't know if I did it though. I don't think so.
What happened? Did the perpetrator
Okay. Yeah. We'll fight the Mecha Bowser. Sorry about that, I was just distracted by a Facebook conversation that I've been made a part of, or was always a part of? Can't really tell. Now, this is where people who do like task speedruns and stuff interest me a lot, where they can get these frame perfect hits from any amount of distance, essentially. Shoot. Also, even though this fight's a bit silly, it's kind of epic at the same time. It's large scale. It's fun. Can't think of another Mario fight that quite jeez. Getting owned on all sides. Jeez. I think that's it. Yep. And now for the big twist. The big reveal, as it were.
Leave my mama alone, you bad man. I won't let you take Mama Peach away. Mama Peach? I'm your mama? Yeah.
In the lines of dialogue that are just like ridiculous from Peach. Can't tell if Mario is Mario. And doesn't know if she is the mother of a dinosaur. Seems like something you'd know about.
This is my magic brush. When I draw with this, all my wishes come true. A strange old man in a white coat gave it to me. A strange old man.
And once again, building some universe continuity here. And I approve.
Mario's a bully. He never fights fair.
He said,
Junior, you gotta try to outsmart Mario.
so I tried to get Mario sent to prison. But they didn't lock him up. And now he came to steal Mama Peach again. You pest, stop following us.
Tom says Mecha Bowser is one of the most recognizable levels in this game. I have to agree, because it's different. Don't know if it's exactly challenging, but it is different from the other levels, so it sticks out in your mind.
Not again.
I'm fine with the games that are sort of messes, I guess.
It appears
Big hodgepodges of all sorts of different ideas. I'm fine with that. Why wouldn't a person be? I don't think you can apply the same rules of film criticism to game criticism. Like, oh, this wasn't as cohesive. Sometimes you can make that argument, but I think in most cases, more different stuff is better. Especially when it's sprinkled throughout a game with a really solid premise to begin with. Just looking at how Mario's standing here, it's a little bit weird. I'm actually surprised his feet are like right on top of the sphere here. I kind of just would expect him to be floating, but okay. Yeah, and then when the angle gets too big, he falls. It's cool. These aren't things I really care about, they're just things that I'm noticing now. Because to me, it doesn't really matter so much how the physics, the non-essential physics work, as much as like the gameplay does, but it's kind of interesting. You know, they put the time into that sort of stuff. I'm pretty sure that the shine sprite that's here goes on top of the thing, which means that I... Oh wait, maybe I was wrong. I was. Okay, let's go get that then. This and Luigi's Mansion are, to me, probably the pinnacles of great relaxation games. They got a nice, like, engaging environment. I wouldn't say story, I won't go that far, but they have an engaging environment. And, fun mechanics. And just a relaxing tone that's not overly difficult, but it provides a little bit of challenge here and there. Luigi's Mansion especially is pretty easy, but it has the benefit of you can try and improve your score. There's like a scoring system in that, which adds a different element to it. I kind of love the sounds that the Piantas make. I mean, it's stupid, but in a good way. I would often classify the GameCube as marking Nintendo's height as a game company. I'll give them props for coming up with the Wii as a, you know, a money-making thing. And they did great making a lot of money. But that's another thing I never got about, you know, gamers in general, is this obsession people have with, like, how well Nintendo's doing money-wise. Like, personally, I only care about how good their games are. I've always just found that like a weird perspective people have. Here, I mean, the GameCube's got the best versions of a lot of key franchises, in my opinion. You got possibly the best version of Mario. You know, depending on who you talk to, Twilight Princess or Wind Waker could be considered the best Zelda games. I kind of think that Four Swords Adventure is my favorite Zelda game. Oh shoot. Though, honestly, I might just... If I'm gonna be honest, Link to the Past probably is. Four Swords is up there, though. It's a great one. It's got Double Dash, which I would say is my favorite Mario Kart game. By a pretty strong margin, too. With 64 coming in second. You've got... Luigi. It's because you got the best version of Luigi's Mansion. Because the sequel was crap. Shoot, I goofed. You got Pikmin. 3's pretty good, but Pikmin 1 and 2 are special things. Great thing about Pikmin 1, 2, and 3 though is that they're all different in their own unique ways. Pikmin, that's so sad. Pikmin 1 is really a time-based thing. You gotta get off the planet in this many days. You know, there's like that time element. The second one is more lax. It's focused more on the gameplay, strategy elements that were. What? Oh, excuse me. What is this? I don't remember this. Oh. Just a blue coin. And then the third one reintroduces the that ticking clock element, but it does it in a different way. There's no set amount of time as long as you know, depending on how you space out your resources. I think that's smart. Oh, and then there's that new Pikmin game coming out, which looks like, again, it's taking the series in a different direction, but I don't know if it's in the right direction. I mean, I'm a fan of different things that are different and change a series, certainly, but I think it's always good to have some sort of grounding. I don't know if the new Pikmin game has that kind of grounding. Partially because I think that even though it's different from its other games, it's not different from other games as a whole. And really, you gotta, like, if you think about it, the original Pikmin games really are unique. 1, 2, and 3 are unique games compared to other franchises. I can't really think of another franchise that's quite like it. But this next one's a 2D platformer. I mean, frankly, even when 3D platformers like Mario, Sunshine were prevalent, there was still a genre that was more unique and less seen than the platformer, the 2D platformer. Oh, I thought it was gonna let me run right across it. Guess not. Oh my god, you can go up there. I never knew that. I've really never seen that before. What the heck? Oh, here he comes. patience. Maybe I should go over there. I can't really tell. Yeah, maybe it'd be a good idea to go over there. Oh, it didn't work. Interesting. Tom asks if this is a Wiggler's Alolan form. It's an interesting observation. No, this game's called Mario. You're thinking of another game called Bakuman, I think. I don't really keep up with video games that much. I've never played a game before actually, but I think that you're talking about Bakuman. Thank you for your comment anyway, even though it was wrong and bad. I gotta say, YouTube's new comment or notification feature is kind of garbage. Now, much like any person on YouTube, I enjoy leaving my fair share of sort of snarky comments in reply to other people's comments. On the new Rogue One trailer, strangely enough, they posted the Rogue One Chinese trailer on the US YouTube page. So I was scrolling through the comments, and someone left a comment that said, "Darth Vader walking like a boss. Epic. Can't to see this on IMAX." Not can't wait, you just can't to see it. So I replied, "Wow, I know walking. Bipedal movement is great." Because it's like, you know what I mean. I just left it as like a silly comment, and now I'm updated, and getting a notification, an individual notification for everyone who replies to that comment. So oftentimes I'll get like 7 notifications, and it used to be that was only like for comments, and like maybe one bulk one for, you know, a comment thread that had been started. And I'm, you know, someone who cares about my YouTube comments. I'm interested to see what people are saying about my reviews and stuff, you know, my main channel stuff. My stuff that I make when I'm not, you know, totally sick and bored sounding. So I see I get 7 notifications and I'm excited because I'm like, oh, maybe one of my videos finally took off. Nope. It was just the fact that someone replied to my my YouTube, my reply to someone else. So it's like, I don't approve. I wish I would go back to the older system. Okay, so this is one of everyone's favorite levels. I'm sure Tom's having fond memories about this classic stage right now. I know I am. Okay. Well, on the tail end there's one on this underside, and I think that's it. Oh god. This is where it turns, right? I'm really worried. Oh god. Alright. It's freaky. Maybe the coin's up higher on one of these, like, structures. Another wonderfully memorable level. Oh, there it is. If the star's not here, I might have goofed. No, there it is. Alright, sweet. Went off without a hitch. It's a little bit surprising. Tom says, according to this theory that I just made up, Mario and Pokemon take place in the same universe. Now, that's a great theory because it's unsubstantiated, and you can't really disprove it either. And it's certainly a headline that will make you tens of millions of views on YouTube, so well done. Oh yes, Il Piantissimo? Piantissimo? I believe that's pronounced. Of course, everyone knows at this point, I think, that it's the running man from Ocarina of Time under his mask. It's very apropos. I am Il Piantissimo, and now we shall race to the flag. Fair enough. I'm gonna try a slightly different strategy than I normally do. Just because, you know, might as well spice things up a little bit. That works. Not that much faster, but it's pretty good. I do find it disconcerting that if you win, you get a sprite, but if you lose this race, you inexplicably die. Which I don't know what that implies. But, I mean, game theory. Let's make a game theory. Il Piantissimo is purple guy. I don't know anything about the Five Nights at Freddy's lore or anything. I've never played one of those games in my life, but I do know the game theory has made a lot of videos about it, and some of the videos say things like, is this person Purple Guy? Apparently there's a character called Purple Guy, and I find that kind of amusing. So, that's the story behind that. Can we get this theory going? I mean, Il Piantissimo is purple. I'm not entirely sure if Purple Guy is purple. It's just a hunch. But, I mean, let's get this theory train rolling now. There's tens of millions of views to be made. Not exactly how much that translates to in a dollar amount. In all my time as a YouTube partner, a lowly YouTube partner at that, I think I've only amassed, like, unfair, like $50 or something. So I haven't even gotten my first check in that regard. Now, this is very similar to a level from Last Impact that me and Tom played last time we streamed. Almost an entirely identical premise. Oh, there's supposed to be a way to boost yourself a little bit. No, I can't think of it. Oh well. One more coin. It was probably that one that drifted through the sand earlier, I'm guessing. That guy doesn't have any of it. Alright. Oh, there it is. Well, this coin's tricky. Come on. Come on. There we go. And I wasn't expert by any means, but chugging right along here. Making decent time. I mean, not by like speedrun standards, but by lazy day stream standards, we're making it kind of far. Alright. Shadow Mario level. This is another element that they could have improved on maybe in a remaster Mario Sunshine. And just add one more level because the Shadow Mario levels are they're constant across all worlds, and they're pretty boring most of the time. So maybe add another level that's kind of a little bit more interesting to make up for the fact that there's a mission with all the simplicity of that. Alright. Well, Bianca Hills, Gelato Beach. So let's go back and do some more Rico Harbor. Ah, yes. Blooper surfing. A favorite of mine. Okay, I have a question now for anyone out there who might have an answer. Does anyone know what VPS stands for? I know what FPS is. V, I'm assuming, stands for vertical something. Because something I've learned from programming for various systems, particularly like Game Boy and a little bit of NES stuff too, is that usually there's a lot to do with vertical lines when it comes to game programming. So, if anyone knows what VPS stands for, please type it in the comment and you will get 12 Mike and Games points. If no one tells me, I'll just look it up for myself later. Oh, that's right. Shoot. I was trying to think, what is it about this level that I can't do? And the answer is you're not allowed to jump when you're on the land. I got a few lives still. I'd like to not have a game over. Try and prevent those as long as possible on the streams whenever we move over to a new game. Oh. Yeah. I've got some intense skills. Don't worry about it. I don't know what the time I'm supposed to beat is. But it looks like my time just ran out. Oh, Lord. This is a fun level, though. Another memorable one. It's an interesting concept. Has almost nothing to do with Flood, but it's still good. You can have a game that's based on a great idea, like Flood, and still have a lot of other little great ideas in it, even if they aren't necessarily directly related. I think that's fine. Oh, is that it? I feel like there's also another secret star there if you beat it extra fast. I'm not sure. Actually, let's re-enter that level real quick. I'll quit at 20 stars because that's what we did with Last Impact. Unless I decide that I feel like doing a little bit more, but let's try and see if there is another one. One thing I did hear about is a beta restoration project of Mario Sunshine. If that ever comes to light, we should definitely do a stream of that, because that sounds amazing. My best bet for completing with a better time is naturally the pink one, since that is the fastest one. I believe that I can achieve a good time as long as I can jump over that one barrier. That seems to be the main issue we run into. I think that was actually slower? That's weird. Did I ride the pink one last time? I wonder. Huh. Oh wait, I got another one. Okay, so you see, would you look at that? I was right. Okay. This up, and then my times were, or I guess both, above the number required. Geez, that ended a lot quicker than I thought it would. It's 20 shines. Tom says VPS stands for Virtual Private Server. I disagree with that. with that analysis. I'm just gonna look it up myself. Look it up on my phone. I don't think it stands for that anyway. Maybe it does. This is an important thing to learn. Sounds like it's the number of frame render requests. Still haven't told me exactly what each letter stands for. Just read a few more things real quick. Yeah, no one wants to tell me other than the higher value, the better. I don't know. Anyway, thanks everybody for stopping by for Lazy Day stream on the 8th of December. Hopefully we'll have better, more quality streams for you guys as we go along. And hopefully I get feeling better so I can find joy in them. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.